PSF is the one key factor that you should look at when you are choosing between a new condo or the resale condo. But more importantly, I think you should ask yourself this question: are you buying for own stay or for investment?
Why buy new condo when resale PSF is lower?
Old condos are always very attractive, below 1,000 per square foot. But now for new condos, even the ECs are starting at 1,200, 1,300 per square foot. So there's a big gap.
Yes. So first of all, to answer this question, we have to understand why is resale PSF cheaper in the first place as compared to new launch one. New condos, as if you remember from our first part of the video, new condos have shrunk in sizes already. Now, why are the condos shrinking in sizes? Well, we have already touched on the first part of the video. More efficient layout, keep the quantum affordable. If you actually do your analysis and if you really compare the resale condo around that particular new launch, you will realize in terms of quantum, Dennis, sometimes it could be the same, or the resale condo quantum could actually be higher in some cases. Yes, because resale condos actually, because their sizes are a lot more bigger, very naturally the quantum is a lot more bigger. And this is a sentiment shared by a lot of buyers as well, because as we can see from this chart over here, you can tell that the volume of sales in the market these days still fall predominantly on the primary market.
There are a lot of complaints that a new condo is so expensive nowadays.
And when comparing a new condo and a resale, right, we have to remember that each individual condo are in their own individual life cycle. So for example, this new condo at this moment is what we call a baby, but the resale condo right next to this new launch might be already in what we call the teenager phase, where it's over 10 plus over years or 20 plus over years. So sometimes, especially if it's a leasehold property, right, if this particular resale condo is over in the 30-year range or the 40-year range, its capacity for growth or its opportunity for appreciation may have already reached its limit, or may sometimes even have stagnated. So it can sometimes look like this new condo is so much more expensive compared to the resale. But you do not forget that resale condo was once upon a time also considered to be expensive back when it was a baby. So you have to do your due diligence as always, and you have to understand why does it look expensive for the new launch as compared to the resale one.
PSF is the one key factor that you should look at when you are choosing between a new condo or the resale condo. But more importantly, I think you should ask yourself this question: are you buying for own stay or for investment? In my opinion, a new condo is more for investment. Why? Because when you buy a new condo, you cannot move in immediately.
Yes.
If you're buying a day one launch condo, launch from day one, you need to wait at least 3 to 4 years before the condo is ready to move in. It's not so immediate, so you got to wait. Second, for new launch, because you're buying from floor plan, there's nothing yet. So there's still a bit of a kind of risk. Things might be quite different from what you imagine, because everything is from floor plan, from the visuals, from the video, from the marketing material itself. And bear in mind that when buying a new launch, as the project builds more and more, you pay more and more depending on the stages. But in the first 3 years, you're paying for nothing. You get nothing yet until it's TOP. So there's kind of a lot of risk and sacrifice these new launch people have to bear with.
Yes.
So that's why these are the reason why new launch, from day one launch all the way to TOP 3 to 4 years later, likely the incremental will be about 3 to 3.5% per year easily. So for 3 years, it's about 10 to 15%, depending on market sentiment as well. And for this investor, when they buy in day one, new condo takes 3 to 4 years to build. If they were to decide to sell off this new launch after 3 years, there's no seller stamp duty.
Yes.
Seller stamp duty is if you buy a property and sell within 3 years, there will be a seller stamp duty. This created a class of investors who are so lucky not to have any first property. They will buy day one, sell 3 to 4 years later, cash out, and then continue to buy. This I call it the raider investor. So versus resale condo. Resale condo is you buy and within 3 months you can move into your condo.
Yes.
And you what you see, what you get. Resale condo is more for own stay because you likely need a place and want to move in soon.
Yeah, there's a certainty involved with a resale condo.
One of the key reasons why I felt that why resale condo is less ideal for investment. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's 3 buyers, Manuel, myself, and let's call it Mr. A. 3 of us bought this condo together. For simplicity's sake, we bought this condo at $1 per unit. So when me, Manuel, and Mr. A buy this condo at $1, 3 years later, maybe I will sell away. Maybe I will make a profit. I've sold $1.20. So I sell to the fourth guy who buy from me. So I'm out. I cash out already. If this fourth guy, the resale buyer, comes in with the mentality to want to make higher profit, there might be a risk. Why? If this guy buy at 1.2 from me and hoping to make a profit, if one day, Manuel, the other first batch owner, the day one owners, one day if you were to meet with financial difficulties and you want to cash out and market not so good, he say, okay, no worries, I'm okay, let go at 1.1. Although at 1.1, he still make 10 cents, 10% from
Still a profit.
For profit. So to him, still a profit. Just that he needs the money, cash out. But what happened to this fourth guy who comes in? He bought 1.2. You will become a negative impact on what you have. If you buy for own stay, doesn't matter because you are staying there for long. The effect of this 1.1 effect might be even out. But if you are a short-term investor who buy 3 to 5 years and must sell within, say, 5 years, and Manuel just sold at 1.1, you will be in some kind of trouble.
Yes.
So in a way, generally speaking, new condo is more for investment and resale is more for own stay. So don't confuse. Resale condo is cheaper, PSF is cheaper, so I go for resale condo. Yes, PSF is cheaper, but the potential growth is also less. I also have this video called New Condo versus Resale, so have a look at that.
And check it out over here. Okay. And one last thing to add also, Dennis, is that when taking a bank loan, right, the banks don't really look at the PSF actually,
right?
When dispersing for you the quantum and also giving you the loan assessment,
right.
They are more concerned about the quantum.
Right.
They're not really looking at the PSF. So in another ways, when we're talking about financing, right, quantum still matters at the end of the day. So maybe the PSF may be higher, maybe lower, but always remember it's the quantum that counts at the end of the day.
Right. So PSF is one factor.
Yes.
And quantum is another factor.
Yes.
So it's quite common that the new condo PSF is higher. But sometimes when you compare, right, 3-bedroom, old 3-bedroom and new 3-bedroom, the quantum might be similar. Because the size has shrunk.
Yes.
So don't be blinded by just this single factor.
Yes.
PSF is one factor, buy for own sale or investment is one factor, and quantum is one factor.
Yes.
So look at the overall picture and see which one is more for you.
Yes.
Right? We have had a lot of HDB upgraders upgrade to their first private condo, as well as a lot of buyers who move on to buy the second or third private properties.
Yes.
So you need any advice, anything, just feel free to give us a call below.
At this number over here.